Girls, let me see your hands. Wave them at them bitches hating on you with their friends. Girl, you got it. Let them know that.
So hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel, guys, and welcome back to another video. If this is your first time here, welcome my love. Please stick around, don't be a stranger, and do consider subscribing. If this is not your first time here, you already know the drill. I see you watching me, watching you, watch me, baby, so you better be subscribed, honey. So guys, welcome back to the first video that I am actually recording in 2025, and I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of information about where this channel is going in 2025, and you know why I put a a little hold on things in 2024. I was lazy, y'all. That's just the bottom line, because it really didn't prevent me from bringing all the information over to this channel, all the videos like I was supposed to. I just didn't bring them over because of some of the things that I was dealing with, and I just didn't make the time to bring them over. So what I'm doing in 2025, y'all, for the next few weeks, there are a few videos that I'm bringing over because I am just discussing how I was scammed for a green card. I'm just going to discuss it here. I'm not discussing it any on my other channel, but I want all those videos here so people can find everything in one place. And when I get all of those videos here, I think it's a few more that I'm gonna move over. It may be 4 or 5 more videos that I'm gonna move over, and then I'm gonna start discussing a lot of stuff with you guys in 2025. I'm gonna get back into with my book, and let me just give you guys a little bit of information about that, and and what's going on with that. I'm not the only person whose story was featured in my book. There were other people that I met throughout this process, with me being brave enough to tell my story on how my ex from Nigeria scammed me for a green card. So I've met many people, and a few of those people, their story was shared in my book. And of course we had contracts and things in place, but when it came close to the time for the book to be published, I had specifically one of those people who they felt that the book was going to be more successful than they initially thought, and they wanted to get compensated for the book. It was at a point to where they felt that well, I don't want to say they felt that, I'm assuming they felt that that they should have had ownership of the book, even though they didn't put any funds out there. Everything was paid for by me. You understand? Every single thing was paid for by me. But sometimes some people can be greedy. They can. So instead of me, because I could have went ahead, because we had contracts signed, whatever. Because when it comes to business, I am very smart about my business. I don't do shady sideways business or none of that stuff. So I could have went ahead and had everything published on schedule. However, I did not, because I'm just not going to deal with a lot of mess. That's the other people who were brave enough to tell their stories. There are, there's a lot of information in there about them. However, I provided proof, like everything, real messages in color, like I provided everything, names, dates, emails, text messages, WhatsApp messages, every single thing. I didn't hold anything back. Therefore, and like I said, and I also provided everything. So everything when it comes to my situation was laid out there, from front to back, from right to left, to top to bottom, everything. I didn't hold anything back. Everything from the moment I met, you know, the person who scammed me for a green card. From the moment I met them, there is also going to be a follow-up part, you know, of you know, when it comes to, you know, my portion of sequel, if you will, if you will like to call it that. That's something that, you know, I am working on now. But, you know, when it comes to it being published, like, you know, it was initially on schedule to be, I wasn't going to have any drama or anything around, you know, anyone whose story was featured in the book, because they just felt entitled, you know, and that's what it was. So, you know, I went back, even though it cost me a whole lot of money to do so. Everything that we had printed, you know, I pulled, I revised the contract, and I pulled that individual's story from it. At the end of the day, I own the rights to it. They want to put their story out there, they will pay for it. I have all the copies. Well, myself and, you know, my attorney, the publisher, does have, you know, what they have, but they cannot release it without me, and they're not going to, because of how the contract is set up. And, you know, girl, I'm a very smart business person. So things are being revised, and that's just that. So, and you guys will hear more about that in 2025, but I'm just not going to, y'all, at this point, I'm not going to go back and forth with anyone about anything. You know, and I don't have any, you know, hard feelings against that person. I definitely wish them well. It would have been a great opportunity for them. It would have opened up doors for them, because now they're going to have to pretty much rewrite their story themselves, and pay for everything, because they can't use anything that was written in the information that I paid for. You know, I own it. So, you know, and if they do, there would definitely be legal. It is what it is. Like I said, it's business. So, but when it you know, when it comes time for that, later in 2025, excuse me, later in 2025, I will let you guys know. But yeah, that's what's going on with that. So I am going to move those videos over, the ones that I'm going to move over, and then I'm going to start discussing things in 2025. And what I'm going to start doing in 2025 is, there is a lot of information that, and recorded conversations and all of that stuff that I never released, that will be released in 2025. I'm editing a lot of that stuff now. Some of it will not be a lot of edits, because, guys, I don't believe in cutting and pasting conversations. I want you to hear the whole thing out, because at the end of the day, I don't have to lie about anything that happened, and I'm never going to lie about anything that happened. If I said it, it's what it is. And people have issues with me, because when you do stuff that's fucked up, you don't want to get called on it. And, you know, I'm calling people out, and I'm calling them by names, and I am not afraid to speak my truth. I'm never going to let anyone silence me, because at the end of the day, I am always going to make it. I've made it through so much that the average person would have just given up on, and probably would have committed, you know, suicide. And you know, it's just so much stuff. The tables could have gone the other way for me. and they didn't. So that's how I know I'm blessed, and I'm going to continue to be blessed, and I'm going to continue to trust God and live the way that God tells me to live, you know. And I'm gonna continue to tell my story. I am not going to be silenced, and I'm gonna keep moving, guys. And I want you guys, you know, to keep moving. Yes, you made a mistake. Yes, you made a mistake, but that mistake does not define you. That mistake may have cost you a lot of money. That mistake may have cost you a lot of embarrassment. That mistake may have hurt you and broke you down to your core. That mistake may have hurt your family and your children. That mistake may have cost your finances to suffer. That mistake may have cost your mental health to suffer. That mistake may have ruined the relationships that you had. But that mistake does not define you. And you don't have to live in it, and you don't have to sit in it. Recognize, yes, I made a mistake. I trusted someone that I shouldn't have trusted. They scammed me for a green card. They knew exactly what they were doing. Their friends knew. Their family knew. I was just a meal ticket for them. It happened. It happens more than people like to discuss it, because people are so embarrassed, and it's that stigma, you know, out there. And all the judgment out there, you know, with people where you should have known, and you should have done this, and you should have done that. You know, people throw out a lot of judgment when it comes to situations that they've never dealt with, that they've never lived through. You can say a whole lot about a situation that you've never lived through. But let me tell you something. You don't have to sit there and sit in it. You made a mistake. Get up, dust yourself off, and live. Okay? Get up, dust yourself off, and live. No one is perfect. People are going to talk. It is okay. Because when I tell you life is good on the other side of that, and I'm telling you guys, and I've said it in other videos on this channel and on my other channel. You know, my other channel used to be Simpli Constance, used to be Iffy Constance, but I changed the name of that channel to Constance Solomon. But guys, there is a better life on the other side of that, and you don't have to be bullied into silence. You know, speak your truth. Speak up. Speak up. Now, yes, you're going to have some haters who want to talk and all of that stuff. But in my experience, ever since I've made it known what happened to me, really the people who hated on me, and I talked about it, you know, was my older sister. Just because you are blood relatives with someone doesn't make you family, especially in my situation. You know, I've talked to family members about it. I've talked to, you know, some of her friends that she was friends with growing up about it. You know, my older sister, you know, she's hated me since I was a child because of who my father was, and because of what I had, and because of how my parents treated me. You know, my parents, you know, my mother, who we have the same mother, but we didn't have the same father. You know, her father was the town, you know, drunk. But I got a lot. You know, my father took great care of me. My father took care of my mother and all my mother's children, but it wasn't her father. So, you know, I received things that she felt she should have received. You know, but like I said, we had different fathers, and my father owned his own business, and my father made a lot of money, and there was nothing that I wanted or desired for. My father made sure I was taken care of. Even after, you know, my father passed away, the conversations that my father and my mother had, my mother made sure that everything that my father wanted put in place for me was put in place for me. And because of who my sister is and things that she had done to other family members, there were certain things that my mother wouldn't do for her that she did for me. And it wasn't after my mother, you know, passed away that I found out a lot of things. And I've discussed it, you know, in other videos. Y'all are going to have to go back and watch it. But like I was saying, you know, the only hate that I received when I spoke my truth was from my sister, because she was never a fan of mine anyway. You know, since I was a small child, that girl has hated me my entire life. When I loved her to life, you know, I used to look up to her until I realized who and what she was. And when I saw her for what she was, that was done. So, and people who are connected to him, who assisted him do what he's done to me, and they were embarrassed because I spoke out about it, because no one never expected me to speak out about it. So other than, you know, my sister and him and his friends and family who supported what he did, I really didn't get hate from anyone else. When I have like little crazy little comments or whatever, it's always from someone connected to him. So you're going to get a lot of hate from the people connected to the one who did it to you. Keep moving. Sometimes you have to consider the source, and at the end of the day, they are trash, okay? They're trash, and you can't allow trash to dictate how you live your life and your happiness. You know, you can't sit inside of that sorrow and just make excuses. I can't do this because, you know, they did this to me and I can't move on, because at that point you're stopping yourself from moving on. You want to be sad and stuck in it. You want to be. You just got to pull yourself up out that mess and keep moving. The type of person I am, I refused to stay down. I did. I refused to give anyone that type of power over my life, to know that they did something to break me down. And I didn't pull myself back up, because when I was in that relationship and I was sad and not taking care of myself and dying slowly, when I tell you, when I would look at my ex and if I was unhappy, he loved to see me cry. He loved to see me unhappy. When I look back at things and situations and see how he thrived off of me being unhappy, and it's something wrong with a person who thrives off someone else being miserable, but that's what I was in. And a lot of you who have lived through this situation or in it now, that's what the person that you with, they thrive off it. You get it. So you living through it, so you know what I'm saying is the truth. They thrive off of your unhappiness. Either you can stay there or you can pick yourself up, but why would you keep yourself unhappy when you can gain pieces of you back day by day? You can gain pieces of you back. You can gain pieces of your sanity back, pieces of your life back, pieces of your relationships back. Because when I tell you, honey, the type of woman I am, I refuse to fail. I would never fail. I have too much drive in me to fail. Who my father was, those of you who are watching this video and you knew my parents personally, or you know me personally, you know I would never fail. I would never fail. And I would never allow someone to know that they broke me down to a point that I didn't pull myself back up out of that. Why would you give someone that much power over your life? Because they're watching you. Trust and believe they are watching you, because they want you to fail. They want to look at you and say, see, I told you they weren't worth X, Y, and Z. That's why they're failing. Every single thing that I've touched since I moved away from that has done nothing but succeed. I don't advertise anything, guys. Guys, I have my hands in so much stuff, business-wise. I don't even advertise anything anymore. My business website, I pulled that thing down in January of 2024. You wouldn't even know I have the businesses that I have. Like my boutique, you wouldn't even know where my locations were if you had to Google them. I haven't updated my Google website for my boutique in years. I don't have my numbers listed. Because I haven't had to. When I say God has done nothing but provide. And that's why I'm saying, when you pull yourself back and you listen to God and you walk how God tells you to walk, you don't have to worry about what anyone says. Because that's why I said I would never fail, because I have too much faith in God. I have achieved too much. Too much. When I cut those relationships off, you know, with my sister and other family members associated with that, and him and people associated with him, everything I touched. I do so much in real estate and with my boutique and other stuff that I have my hands in. You know, I have companies that people don't even realize because, you know, I know how to structure my stuff. I am a very smart businesswoman. I'm doing things that I never thought I would do because I've never imagined myself doing it. Guys, after I walked away from that relationship, because, you know, he was just so sure that because of my student loans that I would never be able to purchase a home, because he told everybody that I had bad credit. That's why I couldn't purchase a home, but that wasn't it. Y'all know I couldn't purchase a home because I had student loans. But because of God and because of me speaking my truth and telling what happened to me, God put an angel in my path that came and paid all of my student loans off for me. Every single one of them. And that just opened the door for me financially. I've been able to purchase, at this moment, I own over 50 acres of land. Over 50. When I purchased this home, and I don't think I ever told y'all, because, you know, people be pocket watching, but it is what it is. You know, I'm just out here being transparent to tell you that I would never fail. And if you get up out of that pity party and out of that sorrow that you're living in and really put some goals in place and trust God and walk in his word and do what he tells you, how you will never fail either. Like when I purchased this home, because I told y'all how much this home was. How much did I pay for this home? Because the shit is paid off now. I don't have a mortgage now. And I purchased it in October 31st, 2023, but my house is paid off now. How much is this house? $350,000. Yes, $350,000. When I purchased this home, when I did my approval at the time with just me and my income, my bank approved me to purchase a home just off of my credit and my income, $899,000. I never thought I would be at a point in my life that I could do that, because I just didn't, you know, and I'm gonna just be honest, you know, I just didn't. But when I look back at everything and how far I come, because I'm walking in my purpose and I'm doing what God says. When I look back at how far I've come, because I had nothing when I walked away from that relationship. That dude had broken me down financially and everything. I had nothing but my children and God, because I couldn't go to family and I couldn't go to friends because people were too concerned about talking about me than actually helping me. Sometimes you just have to sit by yourself with your children and God and just keep the faith and know that things are going to be all right. And it may hurt, but you will be okay. You're going to shed people, but you will be okay. Because people not going to like you. Let me tell you, when you begin to speak your truth and live in it, you're going to piss a lot of people off. People ain't going to like you when you do that. As long as you're that yes man and they're taking and taking and taking and taking because you're giving and giving and giving and giving, they're going to love you. But as soon as you begin to speak and walk in your truth, honey, you just don't understand. You just don't understand the way God is going to take you. When people realize that me and my husband work together, we piss a lot of people off because of who he is and because of who I am, because of what his background is and because of what my background is. And on our channel, we'll get into a lot of stuff with him and you know, his background from years ago, because when we got together, everybody just thought that he was off doing something that just wasn't the case. Shit, his ass was here in North Carolina with me. But everybody just assumed that he was somewhere doing shit that wasn't the case. Because people always think the worst of you. People always think the worst. But let them. Let them. I need you to say this with me and to trust and believe it, to get this in your head and leave it there. Because if you don't believe in yourself, can't nobody else believe in you, and ain't nobody else gonna believe in you. I would never fail. I would never fail. I would never fail. Get out your journal, and if you don't have one, start one. And I want you to write out your goals every week. Write those goals out, and write 2 ways you're going to accomplish those goals every week, and also write what can prevent you from accomplishing those goals and how you can get around those things that would hinder you every week. And I want you to mark that stuff off as you go and hold yourself accountable. Everything that you don't accomplish, put why you didn't accomplish it. And if you were afraid, just put that I didn't accomplish this goal because I was afraid. I'm afraid of succeeding, so I sabotage myself. Be honest about it. I was afraid of being happy, so I stayed in this relationship even though I was being treated like shit. Even though I was being used. Even though I was being abused. Mentally, physically, financially. You know? Hold yourself accountable. And move on. Know that you deserve better. Know that if you do better, better will come. And don't worry about these people and what they did. Don't worry about any of that, guys, because I speak your truth. Don't be afraid. Know that you are worthy. Know that you deserve the best. Know that you will never not make it unless you decide not to. Because if you want to do better, you will. You will get up and walk away from that. And that's one thing that women, listen to me, girl. I need you to lean in. Baby, I need you to lean in and take this all the way in. Stop sitting in places where you are not valued and you are not loved. Because you want to say that you have someone. Because you want to say that you're married. And because you want to say that my child is in a 2-parent household. Because you want to be able to have a certain title. Because you're killing yourself. Stop staying in those places. These men don't care anything about you. You're putting yourself in a situation where you could possibly die. And not just from, you know, the mental side, the emotional side, where you could, because gal, I know how I was emotionally. There were many nights that I contemplated things. But you're also putting yourself in a situation where you can, you know, be given HIV or any other type of STD. Because they love sleeping around and they don't use condoms. They don't. They don't. So just love yourself, baby. And walk out of that. Walk out of that. Find your happy place where you know, sometimes you have to reach back and find that place in your life where you were happy before you knew them. You have to reach back and find that person and get back to her. And if you never had that person, sometimes, you know, you got to become that person. Don't keep yourself in a place where you know you're not okay. Because I know they're not taking care of you financially. They are draining you. They're not taking care of your children. They don't give a damn about your children. And stop putting so much of your children's information out there and let people talk. People talk about me all day. I don't give a damn. I scan my whole house, my yard, my vehicle, everywhere before I pull my camera up. Because you're not going to see anything that I don't want you to see. And that's just it. Hold on, y'all, because my battery is about to die. It just gave me an indication. Hold on, y'all.
A few moments later.
On my other channel, y'all heard me talk about my new camera and how, you know, how it does, how it just dies. Y'all, I'm cold. Y'all know we've been getting a lot of snow and everything here in North Carolina, but I'm cold. I'm sorry, y'all. But I don't want to do a lot of rambling here because I know this video is a little lengthy, not much, but a little. But I really just wanted to come on and give you guys an update about what I'm doing with this channel and what's coming, because I'm gonna keep being out there and being encouraging to you guys, holding you guys accountable for things, providing information to those that need it. I'm here and I'm still going to be here, and I'm always going to speak my story and speak my truth, and I'm not going to let anyone silence me. I may need a moment to step back and reevaluate some things and go at it from another approach. If I need to do that, I am. But I'm going to speak my story and I'm going to speak my truth, and whoever has a problem, that's their problem, not mine. Because God has been really good to me. God has provided me with so many opportunities. God has loved me. God has loved me and my children when I didn't love myself. God has taken care of me when I didn't know how I was going to take care of myself or my children. God has been God when I had nothing but God. He has been God. And that's why I move the way I move, and I say what I want to say, and I do what I want to do, because I know it has been nobody but God, y'all. It has been nobody but God. And I am going to speak on it, and I am going to provide facts. Because you don't have to take my word for it. After I put these other videos to get you guys caught up with everything, I am going to provide facts. Like I say, you don't have to take my word for it, because I'm going to let you hear it. I'm going to let you hear it. Guys, I recorded every single conversation that I had with my ex from the moment he left that home until I changed all of our numbers so he cannot get in contact with me. I recorded every single conversation. I recorded every conversation I had with his friends. I recorded every conversation that I had with his family. Every single conversation. Even when some of them reach out to me now, some of them will reach out to me on Facebook. And one thing that I didn't realize that I had to do, when you have WhatsApp on your phone line, even though you change your phone number, if you don't update that thing with WhatsApp, it still pulls your old phone number. So I was getting messages from some of his family members after I changed my old phone number, and I was like, how are these people messaging me? And then I went and looked, and I was like, oh, WhatsApp still has my old phone number registered. And I don't understand that, but I fixed that. But I recorded everything, because when people show you who they are, believe them and do what you're supposed to do to protect yourself. Hey, little mama. Yeah, Jayla's pretty. She has her hair done. She has a pretty little sew-in.
You ate your Chipotle?
I did. You want to say hey to my vlog? Look at my baby, y'all. Look at them nails. Show them your nails. This is my Simpli Constance channel.
There you go.
So, yeah. And Booger Sugar is talking because Jayla came in. What do you want? You don't know? Get out there.
Okay, I'm going.
Y'all, I love Jayla. My baby will be 19 years old next month. Y'all believe that baby is 19? My baby will be 19 next month. But like I was saying, y'all, God is amazing. God is amazing. And you have to protect yourself. And you have to protect your family. You have to protect your interests. So, yeah, that's why I had to update that. Because, child, I don't want to be bothered by those people. Apollo line, because that's all what they were doing. But I recorded every single thing. And yeah, because I know a lot of stuff that I was being told, you know, y'all have heard it too. All the little idle threats, like, I don't care anything about that. You know, you're not going to threaten me. I would love to see you do what you're saying you're going to do. I would love to see you try it. I would love to. Especially with the administration we have in office now. I would love to see you try it. With all the facts that I have, but it ain't even like it matter. They don't even work on facts. You weren't born here, they don't want you here. Which is crazy, but it's the truth. It's all child, it is what it is. But y'all, protect yourself and protect your heart, protect your well-being, and put you first. Because if you're not okay, your kid's not going to be okay. Your family's not going to be okay. So you have to fuck them people. That's the simplest way I could say it. Fuck them people, because they didn't give a damn about you. They knew what they were doing to you. They knew. Stop making excuses. They knew. It's not your fault that they grew up where they grew up at and how they grew up. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Stop making excuses and walk away. And men too, because this happens to men as well. But I love y'all. I just wanted to give y'all this update so you'll know what's coming next. And I'm going to be uploading videos on, my upload days will be on Sunday and Wednesday. Last week, well, this week that's past right here, I had to upload Thursday because my editing software with all that stuff happened with TikTok and all of that stuff. Because I use CapCut, guys, and you know, when TikTok went dark, so did CapCut and a lot of other apps that are Chinese based. So I had to work around that, so I couldn't, you know, even though the video was already pre-recorded, there's some things that I had to change, like the intro and outro, and I couldn't do that. So that's why that video was on Thursdays. But my upload days will be Wednesdays and Sundays. So if you don't see a video on Wednesday, you will definitely see it on Sundays. And I'm going to try to get where I can upload videos on both days. That's the goal, on Wednesday and on Sundays. But I have, you know, 3 YouTube channels. Plus, I have to work out my businesses, child. So, and I like to control things myself, so there's no excuse. If it's not done, it's not done because I didn't do it. You know, because I have Simpli Constance, you know, me and my husband's channel, and I also have Constance Solomon, and then Nadia YouTube. We're revamping that. Jayla's starting a YouTube. Which I'm so excited because my babies are doing some amazing things, guys. I'm so proud of them, little women that I have raised and continue to. I am so proud of them. And then I work my businesses. So it's a lot. I have a lot going on. So, yeah. But God is amazing. And I love you guys. Hold up. Oh, excuse me. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. I want you guys, those of you who are watching this video that's living through it right now, just know that it gets better, and my heart goes out to you. My prayers go out to you, but also accountability goes out to you as well. You have to be accountable for yourself and the role that you play and stand down in that place. You have to pull yourself out of it. Even if you have to go day by day, you have to pull yourself out of it. You can't stay there and make excuses. You have one life. Why live it unhappy? I refuse to live my life unhappy. I refuse to. I refuse to be around someone who makes me unhappy. And I refuse to do something that makes me unhappy. You have to take control over your damn life. You do. I love you guys. I'm going to play back, you know, and upload the videos that you guys may not have seen from the other channel because I want them all here. Go ahead and rewatch them. Go ahead and subscribe. And then we're going to get to, you know, the new videos for 2025. I'm sorry, y'all, my allergies. We're going to get to the new videos for 2025. I will see you guys in the next upload. I love you to pieces, and I am praying for you. I am praying for you. But I need you to pray for yourself as well. Pray for yourself. It gets better, baby. I love you.